Hey YouTube, I hope you had a good Easter weekend if you celebrate. I was off with family from Thursday till Monday. I just got back today. And during that time, I used 3 teams. So I dropped a ton of yellow. Like I tried different combinations. It could not work. And then I tried 3 teams that eventually got me back a bunch of the yellow that I lost. So 3 teams on the board here. I'm going to start with the first one from the top and then go over, I'll timestamp below if you just want to look at a specific team, how I came up with the team, what I built it around, and how it works and how you play the matchup. So let's just go with team 1. So team 1, as you're seeing on the first, is Shadow Walrein, Pelipper, Ferrothorn. And I actually built up a Shadow Walrein for this meta. So I thought Walrein, I think a lot of people actually caught on pretty quickly to Walrein too. I think Walrein is really underrated in this meta because, again, look at what you have. You have water, where you're going to resist everything. You have, unless it's like a poison jab, right? But water, you resist. You have grass, which you'll take super effective from, but you will also do super effective from. And then you have fairy, which you're just going to spam, right? So, and why I also built up the shadow is sort of in this matchup. So even if you started in this matchup versus Ferrothorn, you can land just 2 icicle spears to take it out between the power snows and icicle spears. It would take it out as opposed to needing 3 for the non-shadow. So that is why I built it up. Paired it with Pelipper and Ferrothorn. So again, there's just that's kind of why I built up Shadow. Just the full farm down right there, coming out with a ton of energy. Covering your, so I think Walrein is, so you're double weak to electric here. But you're going to see on the next team too that I'm double weak to electric. And the only electric you need to worry about is Lantern, really, right? So if you're going to be weak to grass, why the first team works is you're balanced all around, right? So you have 2 answers to grass, really, in Walrein and Pelipper. You have 1 answer really to Lantern in Ferrothorn, but Walrein, if you bait, and this is why the Earthquake from a Shadow will basically take it out. So they always usually shield the Earthquake, not all the time, but most of the time. So I always bait and then land the Earthquake second, so that will grab his 2 shields or take it out. And then water, again, you're going to do well with Walrein. You're going to do, like, pretty much all these Pokemon will do well against the water Pokemon. So that is why this team sort of worked. It's balanced, safe swap, and that's the thing. Unless it's like, I don't even know what I would bail in this matchup with Tentacruel. Like, this is fine too, right? Because this is also why I got a Shadow, because the non-Shadow does not KO, but a Shadow would KO with Earthquake. So I baited like 90% of the time, and they caught on Trevenant. So that is unlucky for them that they caught on Trevenant. I will almost one-shot, and now I can just fully farm down before they get to a move. So I basically had the Earthquake again, which is just unlucky for them. If they come back in here, I'll probably just go straight Earthquake. Yeah, so I'll go straight Earthquake, and then I can come Ferrothorn, because Ferrothorn is such a strong answer to Tentacruel. So there we go, got our 1 shield, and now they are switch locked, and now I can just kind of farm up a bit and then hit them with some power whips. So I really, really like Walrein in this meta, as you can see on my next team. Ferrothorn, like everyone knows, Ferrothorn's strong just because it is such a hard wall to Tentacruel, which was everywhere early on. It's not as around as much anymore because I think a lot of people are starting to play counter Tentacruel. Like I saw a few Confusion users. Yeah, so Tentacruel isn't around as much anymore, but Ferrothorn's just like the hardest answer to it. A lot more people are playing the little grass one there with the Weather Ball. Roselia? With the Weather Ball fire move to deal with that. But yes, I think that I really like this team. I think Walrein's really strong. Pelipper is one of those where it's just like it had a lot of play and it didn't have a lot of play at the same time. Just because a lot of the time when you're in a limited meta, when you're in a meta with grass and water, your Weather Ball is resisted everywhere, right? That one, it didn't matter because I can get it off there, but he was low enough. But for the most part, when you have grass and water, Weather Ball is resisted, it relies a lot on the bait game. Wing attack still does add up, and if you land a Hurricane, it's great. But if you like get a bait called or they shield up a Hurricane, it's a much tougher Pokemon to use. Like this one, I have to stand. Yeah, and then this, I don't have a second answer to this. So you either run ABB or you run something like, I don't know, like Wheezing, Galarian Wheezing as a safe swap. So see, like I said, as a shadow, they almost always shield. Grab a shield, and hopefully I can land an Earthquake there for the second one. So that is a team. Like I said, I like Walrein, I like Ferrothorn, didn't love Pelipper, but overall they covered each other's weaknesses. Pretty balanced team. They double shield, and the problem is now is I got 2 shields. Great. They're still going to take me out, and if I come Ferrothorn, they're likely to get out immediately if they're smart, and they do. It's Rose Raid. I call it Roselia. Rose Raid. And if they hit me with the Leaf Storm, that is really going to hurt. So goodbye. I just sacrificed it, knowing that the attack would harshly fail. Maybe I could just take it out here, and then we'll see what's in the back. But it is not looking good right now. Doesn't even take it out. This Weather Ball, attack fall, doesn't matter. I'm double weak to fire, so this is still going to hurt a lot. And this one is not in a good situation. So then I went to my second team. Oh, this is like really over already. And I thought triple ice. And with the triple ice, my thought process was I liked Walrein, right? I said Walrein is really good in this meta. Deal with water, deal with grass, deal with fairy, deals with everything, right? Week 2, Lantern. So I thought, okay, let's just go with one of the hardest answers to Lantern in Abomasnow. So put the Abomasnow in. And then I was like, I remember, so I used Celio on my second team. I really like Celio just because of how spammy it is with the body slams. And you have like Aurora Beam as an ice move for the fairies, not the fairies, for the grass. So I kind of liked it a lot. So I put in a triple ice team. Severe limitations in, I think the loss that I've got in here is Mawile, right? A Fire Fang, which hits neutral, like the water at least neutralizes it on Celio and Walrein, but you need to land the Earthquake on Walrein. Everything is resistant on Celio because you're running Body Slam and Ice type move, and then you just get lit up as Abomasnow. So that was my loss. So if you want to keep, I don't mind keeping the Abomasnow and Walrein core. I just think maybe Celio is probably not the best answer. I still think Abomasnow is just really strong in this, even though the tentacruels are everywhere. Just being able to like take out like Trevenant, and basically wall all your waters and land. Like again, one of your strongest answers to Lantern here. So being able to, that dual ice grass is a great combo there. I really like that. And then just put in like a second save swap. So again, Celio still has play. Like there's an Aurora Beam. Aurora Beam does about 50% to Ferrothorn. I played that match a bunch of times. Does about 50%. And then you body slam, spam the heck out of this. They do take you up, but look how much damage is done. Let's see. I don't know how much Walrein has left on it. But I'm just going to come in here. Force them to throw. I think again, Ice Beam won't take you out. I can probably get to an Energy Ball. And this is why I like Shadow Bomb. So same thing. Like one move isn't going to probably take you out. Might as well just get that extra Shadow bonus. This is going to do a ton of damage in a neutral situation. Look at that. Beautiful. Tentacruel staying here. And this is why I think Walrein just has so much play as a lead in neutral situations. So it's a good thing that I actually muted the battles because I can see the battles going. So I guess my audio was on. So hopefully that audio is not being picked up over my voice here. The problem with the Shadow is, you do need to shield that. They come in Ferrothorn, which is fine. I can chip here, and then I was about to say come Abomasnow because it still takes like 5 to get to the Flash Cannon. Was that 5? No, it's just power. I thought that was only 4, but who's counting? Not me. So yeah, eventually, like I think once I hit like the Mawile, I saw Mawile pop up a couple times. A lot of people were using double. Why this team was actually strong is a lot of people were using double grass, and when you have 3 ice type Pokemon for double grass, like that worked out well. I think that's why I built this team, was because I saw double grass everywhere. And sort of like Walrein and Celio can deal with Tentacruel, which obviously Abomasnow struggles with. Right? You're just going to body slam spam the heck out of this here. So I think we got one more battle to show. Yeah, the Mawile loss coming up here. And then it just, yeah, with Mawiles, there's nothing you can do, which is why I think you probably do need an answer for it in the middle there. So a great answer is coming up on the third team. And I will start talking about the third team now. I don't want to say stole it, because I definitely, but I did see someone use the Trevenant. Why am I blanking on the name? Caracosta. Yeah, Caracosta core. And I think their third was, what was their third? Wheezing or, no, Jellicent. Their third was Jellicent. I tried Jellicent. Jellicent's not a bad answer. A lot of people are liking Jellicent because it's just such a wall to Tentacruel. And it's just generally a good safe swap because Shadow Ball is going to hit most things pretty strong no matter what, right? So that they use that team. I faced a Caracosta in a matchup a couple days ago. It was on the lead. Maybe it was against my last team. It was probably against my ice team. Because I was like, what the heck am I getting hit with? And you are getting hit with the Rock Throw. A rock type move in a meta that has Abomasnow, Walrein, Pelipper. So you hit super effective there. And then, yeah, here's my getting lit up 2 shielded Mawile. I have no chance. So you have a Rock Throw fast move. So you beat all the ice type Pokemon, Walrein, Abomasnow. You beat the Flyers, Mantine, and Pelipper. So you're water, but you're also half rock. And that half rock makes sludge poison moves resisted. So you are actually a good answer to Tentacruel as well. So having Walrein, Abomasnow, Mantine, Pelipper, Tentacruel is a nice combo. Plus your water, so you resist like Mawile, right? So like, oh, this is a sneaky good pick of a Pokemon here. So used it in action already. Yeah, that was the game messing up. So I lost the lead. I lost switch here. So that was the game. I had that before. I just stopped playing after like a couple of days because what happens is like the game starts when there's already like 1 second left or you're already in battle. So they had Abomasnow chipping my Tentacruel, my Trevenant. I switched in Tentacruel as a safe swap. Basically, it's an ABB style T. Tentacruel safe swap, Trevenant to deal with like Swamp or Lantern here, and then your Terracosta. What is this Pokemon's name that I've used multiple times now, and I still don't. Caracosta. Anyways, what you're going to see is this thing smacks, and this is a perfect example. 2v2 against Trevenant. These are, again, neutral rock throws, and they are not going to get to 3 seed bombs, 15, before I rock throw them all the way down with ease. And that is kind of what I saw in a lot of these matchups. Against like your Abomasnow can get to 1 energy ball, so you need to shield that, but you take that out before they get to 2. Even if they bait, they cannot get to a weather ball and an energy ball, so there's really no point of baiting, but they can't do that. And weather ball's resisted because you are water. No, ice neutral, I think it's resisted. And the Walrein can get to Earthquake, which is super effective, so you just kind of have to shield. But for the most part, you're just smacking it down. And then Pelipper, because you're rock, you resist everything. You resist the water. No, you're neutral to water because you're half rock. So neutral to water, and you resist the wing attacks and the hurricane. And then with Mantine, you resist everything too because it's ice. Yeah, it's ice. They can throw bubble beams, but what's bubble beam going to do? So they snipe me here, and oh, you think you're in a good situation. You are not. And they're like, oh, no. And that was basically my experience with it too. I had a Shadow Abomasnow, and this thing came in and just started rock throwing, and I was just like, oh my goodness, this is not good. So they tried to bait, but again, you're not going to get to it, so it doesn't matter. Out comes the Jellicent. So I can take one. So they surf, and then I can just claw down. They dump their energy, so I shield, and then I can claw down. So this team is good because it's a fast move damage team. So this is what I liked about this. This is very much a fast move damage team that has the ability to throw charge moves pretty quickly. So Shadow Claw, super hard hitting fast move. Rock Throw, as you saw the damage that it's doing on Trevenant and all these other Pokemon, strong fast move. And then these poison jabs add up, and then you acid spray, and then these jabs add up a bunch right here, right? So even resisted, like these start to add up real quick. And once you lower their attack, their defense times 2, these resisted moves still do quite a lot. So that does a ton. Their attack falls too, so they got to throw. And with the attack fall, maybe it probably doesn't even take me out now. No, the attack fall kills them, so now they have to throw, which means that my Trevenant's going to get a bunch of farm. So I really like this team. This will be the team that I'm using this morning. And as we go into league turnover on tomorrow. So if I remember correctly, tomorrow is 4 leagues now. Yeah, Great League, Ultra League, Master League, Evolution Cup, Great League Edition. If I remember, this is all the second tier. Yes, second tier Pokemon that can evolve into a third but have not. Vigoroth, Wireless, Golbat, Hakamo-o, Machoke, Dragonair, Dusclops, Golbat, Pilswine, Chansey, Celio, so I got that. So it's a Pokemon that can evolve to 3 tiers, like 3 evolutions, baby, middle, big, and then it is the second one. So I don't know. I'm going to put up a poll probably today, this afternoon. So check that out for that. And I will ask I'll do top Evolution Cup teams tomorrow, and I will do top Great League teams. Because I think those 2 are the ones that are going to be most played, but I will put a poll. Let me know in the video tomorrow morning and on the poll because there's 4 leagues. So I want to play ones that I think people will want teams built for. I think I'll do 1 Evolution Cup immediately because I think everyone looks for new cups and they want to play for 1 or 2 times, and then they'll go back to like Great League or Ultra League. I gotta imagine it's Great League or Ultra League most people will play. So I'll do Evolution Cup at least once, maybe twice. Looking at this list, what do I have? I have a Vigoroth, I have a Wireless, I have a Dragonair, I have a Charjabug, I have a Celio, Haunter, Magneton, Graveler, but that's about it. And then you're getting to some random stuff in like number 30. So I don't have a lot. So I'm going to play I'll just play 1. My guess is the majority of people will go back to Great League. And I wouldn't mind playing Great League because I built up, what did I just build up for? So I built up a lot of Pokemon recently. For someone that was above like 11.5 million dust, I'm now down to like 9 million because I built up some Pokemon for Ultra League factions and Great League. Like I built up a Lorena test for Great League to practice. I built up this for Great League. And look at those rock throws on Pelipper. Weather balls will still hit for neutral. That will be resisted. So I know what they were thinking, but that is not the move. You gotta do a double weather ball there. I'm loaded with energy. Problem is like Ferrothorn is a pretty good answer to this. So the search will chip, but everything is resisted here. But you know what? Rock throw into Surge. This will put in the yellow. So smack. So I hit Pelipper, and now I've got a good matchup here. Shield once, try and farm a bunch, and hopefully my Tentacruel can just take whatever is in the back here. I'm just gonna chip this, and then my Tentacruel should be able to farm mostly here. And they shield. That's fine. And this should be an easy one here. So yeah, I will use this team again tomorrow. I really liked it. It was very under the radar. And so the thing is, So I love pvpoke. Like, as you guys know, I use this for like team building, and I use this for Pokemon ideas. A lot of the time, the meta is basically put together by by pvpoke. Like, the top 10 Pokemon: Galarian, Weezing, Ferrothorn, Abomasnow, Trevenant, Pelipper, Mawile, Tentacruel's at 11, Lantern's at 12, Walrein's at 15, right? So you basically know what you're getting based on pvpoke. Do you know what Caracosta is ranked right now? 208 in Spring Cup. Because it has the water gun, it has the move Water Gun, which is its main move, Surf and Body Slam. So to the record of 5 and 19. So of course, why would you use a 200 ranked Pokemon in this? Because it knows the Rock Throw. And Rock Throw jumps it from 5 and 19 to 13 and 11. And 13 and 11, domination against all your ice. Abomasnow, Celio, Walrein, Dugong, Erquinid, Pelipper, Ninetales, Shadow Mawile, Galarian Weezing, Tentacruel, Quillfish. Like, there is your meta that you dominate, right? You lose the Jellicent if Jellicent shows up, and Trevenant because you're just going to get outpaced. You don't lose in the 2-shield though, as you saw, because you can just smack down. And then Lantern being super effective with and Ferrothorn. So there's definitely some meta Pokemon there. But you know what? This is kind of why pvpoke is a blessing and a curse, because pvpoke definitely sets the meta to a certain extent. And it sets what teams people use, and then it's how do you adjust. And again, this is not my... I went against it once, and I saw someone post on Twitter that they used the Trevenant Caracosta core. So like, I'm basically not stealing it, but I'm basically stealing it. I would have thought of it, but it's really strong, and it's something that you need to consider in these limited metas, right? Like, what else is on here that has potential to break the core that you're seeing? And it could be outside the top 50, could be outside the 200, right? This is 200 with a different move. So keep that in mind. Anyways, I'm back. Try and get a normal schedule going again. Like I said, top teams tomorrow for Great League and the Evolution Cup. And then I'll probably do Evolution Cup on Thursday. And then we'll do combo of maybe Evolution Cup, but most likely Great League, maybe some Ultra League. Let me know in the comments what you plan on playing. That is it. Appreciate watching. Appreciate the thumbs up and comments. Please subscribe if you're new. We did hit 14,000 over the Easter weekend, which was very nice. The videos did not do well at all. My views were cut in half, but that's okay. I think I'm going to chalk it up to mostly a few things, Easter being the big one. But also, I'm interested to see... we're already at 20 minutes, so we're going to go rant time if you're still around. I'm interested to see what this remote raid nerf is going to do for the game in general. So I'm on, obviously, Twitter a lot. Link in the description if you want to go follow me there. And Twitter bubble is very much like the hardcore players, right? But it's the hardcore players that are the most pissed off right now. So a lot of them are like, I'm going free to play. I'm quitting the game. A couple people, even in the comments, a couple of subscribers have said like, I've uninstalled the game. So I'm not nervous that my view count's going to plummet because people are just pissed off at Niantic that they're just going to like not play as much anymore. Because I still think a lot of people will play and adjust. And I don't think that Lugia second week is the one that you need to worry about. And I don't think Landorus next. I don't think that is one that you need to worry about either. So, because Lugia, like many others, you will see a level 50 Lugia, because I grinded the heck out of Lugia prior to the remote raid nerf. I was doing like 5 to 10 per day, inviting a ton of people from a bunch of Discords. Home/Henry's Discord really helped me out a lot there. So a ton of people helped me get the XLs I need for Lugia. So I have a level 50 Lugia, got the hundo. I'm building it up. I just need to trade a couple more Lugias to get the XL. So I will eventually have a Master League team with Lugia plus 2 non-legendaries, because it's my only legendary. Anyways, Landorus is a ground flying, so it's double weak to ice. So I think you can probably duo it with like a bunch of like Mamoswines if you have like two people with a bunch of like level 40, 50 Mamoswines. So I'm not worried about Landorus. What I want to see is I do think that less people will do raids for crappier Pokemon like Thundurus, stuff like that. Like sometimes if it's I have like a remote raid, I will if I have like a bunch of remote raid passes, I would maybe like, oh, someone raid me to Thundurus. I don't really need it. Sure, I'll do it anyways. There is zero chance I'm using a remote raid on any crappy Pokemon again. That being said, I'm interested when Mewtwo, either Mewtwo regular or if they bring the Mega Mewtwo and Dialga come back, or the Megas, Groudon and Kyogre come back. Because that, I think, is when I think that's going to be the real test. I don't really care about this week because everyone's already grinded Lugia. I don't care about next week because it's easy doable. I don't care about crappy ones that aren't relevant for PvP or PvE or anything like that. I'm worried about the popular ones because I think that will actually give us a true test of whether people are sticking to their guns and saying I'm raiding less. I'm going to just use either my free pass or I'm not going to do anything or I'm not going to raid much at all. But it'll be interesting to see what happens when a popular one comes back. Whether people just be like, yeah, I want this anyways. Or like a new shiny comes that people shiny hunt. So that's just kind of like my thought process on the remote raids. I can go into the whole thing. I'll just I'll just timestamp this if you want to just listen to this. Let's just do like a 2-minute talking about the remote raids. As if I'm already free to play player, and I don't raid much, right? This is my first legendary level 50 Pokemon. I don't have I've got like 20 XLs for Groudon and Kyogre. I've got like 50 to 75 for Mewtwo. I've got like 100 and something for Palkia, and I've done like 50 lucky trades for Palkia, right? So I'm not the main audience that's affected by this. I do understand. I don't understand why they always go with the stick first, like the carrot. The guaranteed 3 XL was a huge addition. So I did a Lugia after the nerf. I did one more Lugia. A bunch of people still remote raided in, and you get the 3 guaranteed XL drop, and then I got 5 from the catch. So that's 8. That will significantly decrease the amount of raids I need to do, which is huge. Obviously, there's like I help Poke Daxi out. Again, you guys know I 9-to-5 jobs, 2 young kids. I don't do raid hours. I don't do spotlight hours. They go to bed at 8. I shoot these videos. I don't raid outside of like when I'm in the office and I can like walk around downtown, or when I do remote raids. So obviously I will raid much less. As a free-to-play player who doesn't put much stake into this game, I don't care too much about this. I know a lot of people like put so much time and effort into this game and remote raiding for like disability. Like I get it. Like again, I don't raid because I got full-time job, young kids, and the Ottawa winters are like minus 25 or 100 centimeters of snow. Like I don't get out much to raid, so I get, and then those with disabilities obviously can't go. So I get like they will face a significant barrier. Niantic's not stupid. They know, they look at the numbers. Of course, they're a data-driven, number-driven company. They know how much remote raids brings them. They know how much this is going to cut into the revenue. They know the backlash. They've already calculated this. They know the uproar. They know people are going to raid less. They know some will go free to play. They know some will quit. They're banking on their AR in-person data being more valuable than that revenue that they are going to lose. So the Here's Niantic, I think, was doomed from the start because Niantic had already made their decision and already knew what they were going to do and the blowback they were going to receive. So I'm not surprised it didn't make a difference. It's what do you do from here? And again, you have options. Why I don't think it's, not that it won't matter. Why I don't think it's going to matter is you have 4 or 5 options. 1, you just kind of adjust your game. you maybe raid more in person, or you just suck it up and buy the remote raids anyways. So that's just like minimal change. The second is you raid less. You don't buy remote raids. You just kind of do your in-persons, you do your free ones, you raid less. The third is you just go free to play altogether. You don't buy any coins like me. I get my coins from gyms, use those to buy boxes, usually with the good green passes one. And you try to don't spend money on the game to hurt them there, or you uninstall the game and don't play. You turn off your adventure sync. But again, turning off, people are like, I turned off my adventure sync. I'm like, do you log on? Do you spin Pokestops? Do you do this stuff? Because you're still giving them data, right? Like, so I don't buy like, oh, I do this stuff, that helps. Like, no, like if you want to help, you need to turn off the game completely, like uninstall. And I think a lot of people will not. Some people will. Like, some people in my comments have already said they've done that, but I don't think a lot of people will do that. So yeah, it's up to you what you want to do. Again, it does not affect me much. I didn't raid much to begin with. I will not buy remote raid passes. I will just hopefully get some free ones. I have 0 in my inbox. Hopefully I get the free one for the weekly like 7 stack there. I've got like 60 some odd green passes, so I will try and do that in person. I think that it's going to be very difficult with like the Pokemon that will take. Again, I think Dialga would be the interesting one because it's popular, but it also takes a bunch of people to take down. So that's the one I'm interested to see. Like, can we get people back in person, or will people just like suck it up and like those who have stacked remote raids will use the remote raids during a big boss? Anyways, ramble, 30-minute video. Welcome back, everyone. I will see you guys tomorrow for top teams.